Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, I'm going to be talking about the brand new aim assist changes to controller Fortnite that officially dropped in update 10.40. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, even though this change was announced prior to update 10.40 actually being released, I felt that to really make a video on it, I needed to experience it myself in-game first. So that's pretty much exactly what I did today. As soon as the update dropped, I played for a few hours and really got a feel for the new aim assist system. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of opinions online from various players, and I'm personally seeing things on both ends of the spectrum. Some people say it made aim assist even stronger than it was before, while other people feel that it's considerably worse now. So what I hope to do in this video is explain what exactly changed with aim assist and how I feel those changes have impacted the strength of aim assist as a whole. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so even though this was released 2 days ago, I want to start this video off by just quickly reading what Epic says they did to aim assist in their own words. We've implemented a new aim assist system that calculates targets in screen space, which allows a more consistent feel regardless of the target's range. This new system applies different aim assist strengths based on that target's distance from the reticle. Aim assist now tracks multiple targets and will apply assistance based on a weighting algorithm. This will help in situations where new targets can steal aim assist away from an existing target already being focused on. We've also removed the ability to use target snapping, aka left trigger spam. With these new aim assist improvements, we no longer feel like it's necessary. Lastly, crosshairs now turn red while pointed at an enemy target that's within effective range, which is any time before damage drop-off is applied. So that right there should give you a brief overview of how aim assist has been changed, but trust me, those couple sentences definitely don't tell the entire story, and that's why I felt it was so important to actually experiment with the changes in-game. So one of the biggest changes that I don't think a lot of people truly understand is how exactly Fortnite actually killed LT/L2 spamming. A lot of people are probably just assuming that it was done in a way similar to what they tried to do in the past. Something like when you first ADS, you get snapped onto the enemy you're aiming at, but then every ADS after your first one becomes weaker and weaker. However, what they actually did is just removed ADS snap-on altogether. I should have a clip in the background right now showcasing this, and as you can see, even on your first ADS, you don't get pulled towards the target at all. And just keep in mind, this was done with sentries in creative mode, which do give off aim assist. Now obviously, this is a super huge change, and it affects so many different things. First off, there are a variety of weapons for controller players that are really only usable if you took advantage of aim assist snap-on. Some examples of this include the Deagle, heavy AR, and purple/gold revolvers. In the past, these weapons were probably even a tad bit overpowered because of aim assist snap-on. But they got nerfed so heavily that even with aim assist snap-on, they were still only decent. So now, they're probably going to be very difficult weapons to have any success with if you play on a controller. Another type of weapon that's severely hurt by this change are the shotguns in Fortnite. The pump isn't hurt too much by it because players rarely even ADS with it at all, but all the faster fire rate shotguns like the TAC and the Combat, even though it's not in the game right now, are going to be a lot harder to use. And the reason why is because all you had to do was get your crosshair near your opponent, then quickly tap LT/L2, which snapped you onto the enemy's body. And then, as long as you shot immediately after snapping on, your shot would hit pretty much every single time. But now, that's obviously no longer possible, and it's definitely why bad shotgun aim was one of the first things I noticed after aim assist was changed. Now luckily, removing the aim assist snap-on feature wasn't the only thing Epic did with this update. Because trust me, if that was the case, the controller Fortnite community would be in an absolute uproar right now. The other major change made to aim assist was that it received an absolutely massive buff to tracking effectiveness. It's kinda hard to explain, but when your crosshair is actually on the enemy's body now, the sticky feeling that you get that keeps it on there is way stronger than it was in the past. And I'll just quickly show you guys one or two of the 5 to 10 different clips I've already seen on Twitter of people showcasing this. So as you can see there, the way of aiming with a controller is now much more similar to how players aim with a mouse. Although you don't get that snap-on boost when your crosshair is off your enemy's body, when you do eventually get it there, as long as you do a decent job of tracking the player with your right thumbstick, the game will really help you keep that crosshair on the enemy as they continue to move. And something else to note about this tracking buff that a lot of people probably aren't aware of is that it also applies when you aren't aiming down sights, but the stickiness when you get your crosshair on the enemy's body is not going to be as strong as it would be when you ADS. There are also two other changes from the update that definitely are worth mentioning, but I don't think they're super noticeable / important. The first is that aim assist now feels a lot smoother when navigating between multiple different targets. This was mentioned in the patch notes, and even though it's a rare occurrence, I did have 1 or 2 fights today where this improvement was actually noticeable. And the other change, which was also mentioned in the patch notes, was that crosshairs now become red when you aim at an enemy who's close enough to you to where there won't be any damage drop off when you shoot them. Definitely not a huge deal because it's not like you would just pass up on shooting at someone because the crosshair isn't red, but I do think it's an interesting little addition that could be helpful in certain situations. So here are my overall thoughts on these changes as a whole. I think that Epic actually did a really good job here of making controller aim feel more rewarding. Even though I personally never really cared that mouse and keyboard players basically hated controller players that LT/L2 spammed, I'll admit that it probably was a bit of a gimmicky mechanic in the game. And that's why a lot of people, myself included sometimes, would even refer to LT/L2 spamming as quote-unquote aim assist abuse. So I think this new system is really gonna reward players that are able to get really good with smoothly tracking enemies with their crosshair in the majority of fights. I think as a whole, AR aim will be a bit easier for controller players now. I think close to medium range SMG aim will also be easier for controller players now. But I think shotgun aim is definitely going to take a hit and be the thing that people struggle with the most. Now another interesting thing to note about aim assist is that there's still a way to get the old aim assist mechanics back. And the way this is done is by reverting your settings back to legacy look control. What that'll do is revert all the aim assist changes that were made today, so you don't get the way better tracking mechanics and you regain the ability to L2 spam. On top of that, it also prevents you from using all the new sensitivity options that were added into the game for controller players, which I actually made a video talking about yesterday. Now, I have heard that some really good controller Fortnite players, as of right now, plan to switch to Legacy, and therefore stay on the old aim assist and sensitivity mechanics. I think it'll be really interesting to see over the next few days and weeks which players choose to switch to the new aim assist and sensitivity mechanics, and which players decide to go back to Legacy settings. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. For all my controller players out there, I want to know what you guys think about this new change to aim assist. If you've played any game since update 10.40 has dropped, do you feel like your aim is better now because of the new mechanics, or do you feel like it's possibly gotten worse? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.